Hey guys, Dr. Sean here. We're going to do a correction today for the hiatal hernia. It's part of the 5-part series that I'm doing for the mentoring group. And this is a way to get up underneath there and find a hiatal hernia. Now, we all know what one is, right? The stomach and the diaphragm have become kind of stuck together a little bit. And what ends up happening is you eat food, it'll get caught behind the breastbone a little bit because you've narrowed the esophagus down. As the stomach has kind of come up between the diaphragm and the esophagus, you just don't have the space. And that's the number one thing you'll see. But for reflux, heartburn, gastritis, you see this all the time. So my young assistant here is going to help me. Cup and wave. We'll lay flat. So here's how you test this one. I like to do muscle tests for certain things. I think they work really, really well. So you can do it any number of ways, right? You can reach from here and pull down. You can start here and pull inward. You can reach across and pull down. I tend to do the across one more than anything just because it's convenient for me to do. So we're going to start here. You want to come alongside. You're going to find 4 fingers. Come up about 2 inches down. You'll find a hollow below the xiphoid. You're going to push down and then up and in, okay? So down a little and then up and in underneath there. And you're just going to put pressure. Now, it's not a ton of pressure, just enough to elicit a response. So find a muscle that's stable, drop down, up and in, and look for it to drop away. If it drops away, you know you have the hiatal hernia point. So how do we correct this? Once we found it, we have to correct it. So as she breathes in, you're going to kind of hook on to this area in the same spot. Down, up and in, 2 inches below the xiphoid. You're just going to kind of hook on. On a forceful exhalation, breathe out hard. You're just going to give a little pull downward, a sudden jerk downward. Now don't bruise them, don't hurt them. Just a little tug downward. That will free that up. The next piece now is you've got to rub the rib heads along the sternum to try to loosen the cage. So you find it, you can go manual this way, you can use knife edge if you want, but you want to rub the rib heads. Rub them for about 15 seconds. Okay, you're just going to sit here and massage the rib heads up and down, and by doing this, you're loosening the cage up. Okay, it's not a ton of pressure, it's just a little. You can do it manually with fingertips, or you can do the blade edge of the hand. Once that's finished, set the patient up. Drop their head. You're going to go down to T8, and you're just going to tap T8. You can use 2 fingers. Breathe in and out. You want to catch it on 3 phases of respiration. The inhale, the top of the breath, and the exhale. You can do 2 fingers this way, or you can just simply rub it. It's up to you, but they have to breathe. When you're done, always go back and test it. Recheck your thing, go up underneath here, push up and in, and they're solid. That's how you correct a hiatal hernia. It's extremely effective, and the #1 flaw I've seen over the years, whether you do it from AK, CK, any of these other techniques, they skip some of these steps, and so the hernia correction doesn't hold. By adding in the rubbing of the rib head and the adjusting at T8 on the back to stimulate that T8 area, that's what makes this solidify and hold, and it was a game changer for me as I learned this version of a hiatal hernia correction. I'm Dr. Sean.